Shalom and welcome to another installment of Apostles of GMS, giving all praise to Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai. Today, we're just going to go into open forum. Today's date is 3/21, right? Because everything's moving quick. 2015, so that would be March 21st, 2015. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into the situation with Polite, that demon, because you know, the spirits on Polite, APEP, the spirits on Polite, especially Nasi Yoshevev, if I'm saying it right, I say his name wrong, and Zion Lex, and I'm pretty sure others, them two especially, they really want a piece of Polite, you know, and basically he's running and hiding. All right. If you've been watching the news, Dr. Ben Yakanan, that's how you really say Yakanan, his name, last name, Ben Yochanan. He had passed. He was in his 90s, and I was watching some of the videos. That man was an expert at putting people to death. He's putting Jake to sleep, which we believe he was set up by the Illuminati. We believe most of them guys in the black conscious community, these top guys, they're set up by the Illuminati. See, Israel is getting out there. Israel is getting out there in a major way. And the Most High is causing us and other groups, other GMS groups, and IUIC and ISUPK, Zion Lex, Nazi, help me out. Give me some more names. Oh, even Fopi. Barak and then Barak Banyamyan, the HODC, the GOCC. You know, we all got different varying doctrines, but we all call ourselves Israelites. You know, it's all about Israel, you know. Now, you know, we kind of our own exclusive group or circle, and we don't mingle with a lot of those guys because there's so many different doctrines, all right? Because if we got together, it would be nothing but that goddamn chaos and arguments every time we got together, man. And if you try to be nice, I'm going to start the argument, man. I'm going to bring up a subject, and it's going to cause an argument. And every time we get together, you know, and that's why they kicked us out the school, the house of David, because the situation of Cornelius came up, and that was like a good month of us going back and forth arguing, you know. So, you know, they said, look, we got to get rid of these motherfuckers, man. And I'm going to bring it up. If I see that you call yourself worshiping the Sabbath on a Saturday, I'm going to get on you about that. I'm going to say, can you prove that? On any situation. You know, if you hint to the fact that Cornelius is an Edomite, I'm going to say, well, where's that in the scriptures? So, you know, if we all get together, I'm not going to bite my tongue and be cordial with you. I know that I'm not going to be PC with you because we're not supposed to be PC. And I'm going to bring up stuff. But the ones of you that have mentioned, you are pushing that you're Israelites, and you're pushing that the people in this country, this sorry country, this Babylon, you know, you teaching that to get these Israelites woken up. Now, like I said, this is overwhelming the web now, especially on YouTube. So they got to counteract it or counterattack. So one of the groups that they're using, based on my belief, I can't prove it. I mean, if I search hard enough, I can bring up stuff, but you always have what's called plausible deniability, you know. But Israel is the truth, man. Now, when Dr. Ben was teaching, and you watch some of his videos, he said in one video, first of all, I don't believe in God. And then he goes into the fact that Adam never existed and Eve never existed, and then we're Africans and we're Egyptians. And the audience that he had in this country, in Babylon, was a bunch of Jakes. And he was pretty much indoctrinating them into that black, comedic, conscious movement. That's why you have all these guys praising this guy, and they're going to have a special send-off for him, I think, at the Black National Theater. I'm not going to be there, you know. But this guy, he was a master at putting Jake to sleep, man. He was a master at putting Israelites in graves. All right? Hey, look, you're not going to stop this movement because this is the Most High's movement. This ain't our movement, man. This thing is bigger than us. This thing is bigger than us. You ain't going to stop it.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 5, verse 38. It says, "And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught." And that's not how we feel about the situation. You know, if you really feel that we ain't right, that we bugged out, you know, then leave us alone. Because the scripture said that if this work of this counsel be of men, it will come to naught. You know, and so far, all of the people that have come up against GMS have been stomped out by the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. They've tried to get us to fall apart. They tried to get us to stop teaching. You know, they try to threaten us, you know, with bodily harm to go out on the streets. And the word is still going forward, and it's still growing. You have guys that fall out, and you have guys that brothers that come back in. You know, because this counsel of this work or this work is not of men. It's of the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Now, Elder Apostle Tahar just spoke on, you know, any topic that they would bring up. He's going to say, prove that, you know, go into that, you know, bring out the scriptures. What do you mean by that, you know? And they'll look at him, you know, as being like a guy that starts trouble, you know? And it's not about starting trouble. It's about the truth. You know, so I'm going to read this real quick. This is the book of Acts, chapter 24, verse 1. It says, "And after 5 days, Ananias, the high priest, descended with the elders and with a certain orator named Tertullus, who informed the governor against Paul." All right, and this is what he said. I'm going to jump down to verse 5. "For we have found this man a pestilent fellow and a mover of sedition among all the Jews throughout the world, and the ringleader of the sect of the Nazarenes." You know, because basically they were calling Paul a pestilent fellow. And when you look up the word pestilent, it comes...
Part of the sect of the Nazarenes? Well, I guess not. Alizé was a part of that group, right?
All right. And so the word for pestilent...
Let me say this here. We call him Alizé. That's his nickname. Alizar, he said he's made a comment or something that he lived 15 minutes away from the San Jose, the Rosicrucian Egyptian Museum, because Zion Lex did a video on Talk with the Town exposing Polite. Polite, you're done, man. Your buffoonery and coonery is coming to an end, man. Okay? People want you, man. And them dudes, like I said, them dudes are more, Nazi and Zion Lex are more mad at you than we are, man. What kind of madness is that? They got it in for you, man. But anyway, they said that museum that you went to and you call yourself going to the Cairo's museum, and I wondered why you put it up and you took it back down. It was like the day after the debate, okay, which you guys lost, okay, because you know how you lost? Talking about y'all won, y'all didn't win shit. You know why? Because what Hebrews did you convert over to Kemet, man? Now you had Kemet people that are going to Egypt, so you lost. Cause it was the dude that called himself Elder Gabar of the GOCC. I think the young brother, Wasap or whatever. They said in one of the videos that there's two guys that were at the debate, and they were Kemetic, but now they're going to their classes. So you lost people, man. Please give me. Oh, Shaka, you said that people came up to you saying that you won a debate against Elder Gabar of the GOCC, but now these people that came up, he said many people came up and said that you won the debate. Well, why haven't they joined you, man? Why haven't they made a video stating that Shaka won, so I'm now a Kemite, man. You're a Shakite, man.
Rocking that pigtail.
Yeah, because you know what? You should have had a camera and documented that shit, man. But how many Hebrews, you call it, And you can't use the word Hebrews because the so-called white man, they're Hebrews as well.
Yeah,
the Eastern, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Ishmaelites, the different Arab, all the Arab group, the Arab world, they're Hebrews, all right? They're all Hebrews, all right?
Right.
We just happen to be Israelites, or Hebrew Israelites.
Hebrew Israelites, right.
That's right. Now, how many Israelites at that debate or watching you on YouTube converted to being Kemite? Now, if they did it, good. You can, well, 20 of them. Okay, then guess what? Then you can say you won. And that's your prize right there, them 20 lost souls that you got. Then you can say you won. But you give me one Hebrew or Hebrew Israelite that came on your side. So all that work that you're doing is in vain, man. It ain't going nowhere, man. And then, the spirit on Israel is we keep coming, man. We like a fight, especially a spiritual fight, man. Yeah, and then this is making us deeper, man. Because Nazi had made a statement in the thing. I watched the whole thing, which was a hell of a good presentation. All right, it caught me for the whole. I watch everything, man. Just like y'all watch us, we watch y'all too. Okay. Anyway, he said that he had made a statement 2 years prior, and Polite jumped on it, and he admitted that he was wrong, and he said, "You growing this thing." Because Israel is about growing. And you know what he found out? He called the audiences of the Kemetic side, he called them zombies. Because they don't really study. And Polite knows that. So when he brings out something, they just go with it. Whatever Polite says or whatever Shaka say, they just go with it. They don't check back to see if that's the case. So that made Nazi a better historian, which he goes into the history anyway, especially in that Egyptian history. So that made him a better historian, or go even deeper into history, ancient history. That made Zion Lex, whatever history he has, he's going deeper, and that's making us more deeper. But we don't go crazy doing all that because we know it's bullshit anyway. We know that Egyptian shit. We know that the Egyptian yes, the Egyptians did exist, but you guys are not Egyptians, man. And you can't even identify an original Egyptian in Africa. You can't even identify them. You just group them up into one. Or anybody that's a black African, their line goes back to Egypt. No, that's bullshit, man. You had Canaanites. Among the Canaanites, you had Amorites. You had Girgashites. You had Hittites. You had Cushites. And none of these people are Mizraimites, which are Egyptians. Just because you have people that live in Africa doesn't necessarily mean that their line goes back to Egypt, all right? And where did the hell the word Kemet come from, man? I asked Polite and saw a nigga when he came down to the camp, what was that, a year and a half ago? Almost 2 years ago? And they did, well, it just means black. And so when I try to go deeper, they don't know. They don't know. So you guys are losing this battle, man. And what's ironic, you defending Egypt and you're not even Egyptian, man. Polite said he checked out his genealogy and it goes back to the Igbo. The Igbo are not Egyptians, all right? Then you made some statement that their line goes back to Egypt. Where's the source on that, man? See, that's what we learn from you. When you make a statement, we're going to ask you for the source, man. I don't have to do I don't got to read 800 books about Egypt, man. All I got to do is question you about the source. And I guarantee you it goes back to a fucking white man.
Absolutely.
Check, Anta Diop was married to a white woman, all right? He praised, and I believe he opened up a museum in the name of one of his professors. I forget his name. And this guy was a cracker. And where he learned that so-called Kemetic information, he went to France. That ain't Africa, nigga. That ain't Africa. Right. Dr. Ben had to go learn it from the white man. I have a video on that. I got to bring it up, but it's in my archives, all right, of videos. that he had to come up under the so-called white man and learn this stuff. The fact that you got Reggie talking about he knows how to read Metu, am I saying it right? Metu Netta, if I'm saying it right, I don't give a shit. Professor Smalls, which I met him like 25 years ago. I went to that college over there because he invited the elders, our elders, to teach it at one of his classes that Saturday. We met him on a Friday. I remember when he had dreadlocks. He had long dreadlocks, man. Okay. Now he said that he taught Reggie, but now Reggie's teaching him because he said he didn't know the language. If I'm saying it right, the Metu Netta. If I'm saying it right, but he said Reggie knows it. Well, hold up. If Reggie is a student of Professor Smalls, then where did Reggie go to learn it? Did it come to him in a dream, in a vision? He had to learn it from somebody. He had to read it from books or have some teacher teach him that. Most likely he read books, and I guarantee you them books go back to the so-called white man. That's your authority, man, that you go to. The so-called. If it wasn't for the white man, you wouldn't know nothing about a Kemet.
That's right. Go ahead. Yeah, while you were speaking, I looked up lists of Egyptologists on Wikipedia. They give you a list of Egyptologists, which they define as this. An Egyptologist is any archaeologist, archaeologist, historian, linguist, or art historian who specializes in Egyptology, the scientific study of ancient Egypt and its antiquities. So that's basically the definition. And then when you go down the list, basically the majority of these Egyptologists were from either Britain, America, or Germany, French or France, Polish, or Poland. Okay, and they give you, you'll see the list of names in post-production. These are the people that specialize, like I just read to you the definition, they specialize in the archaeologist means study of the old. Okay, when you break down the word, historian, linguist, so they specialize in the language of ancient Egypt, the history of ancient Egypt, the study of ancient Egypt, the art of ancient Egypt, and it's basically so-called white people, man. Okay? Basically so-called white people. They got this guy Jean-Francois Champollion, which Elder always talks about him, Jean-Francois Champollion.
I believe, according to Nazi, I got to check it out for myself, because we check out everything, man. That Champollion is supposed to be related to Napoleon. And you know what Napoleon did to the Egyptian the treasures, okay?
And there he is.
He's a Mason. He's supposed to be a Mason, too.
Absolutely, because in the painting, he's the hidden hand of Freemasonry, which you see a lot of those old characters. You'll see half their hand hidden in their coat. That's a Masonic hand gesture. It's called a hidden hand of Freemasonry. So basically, and I guarantee all these names here, they're all Masons. Which means they're all fawning at the feet of the Rothschilds. All right? Which, by the way, you want to talk about Egyptologists, the head Egyptologist would have to be the Rothschilds, because they own all these so-called scientists in their pocket. They're all in the pocket of the Rothschilds. They have this guy, Howard Carter, that name before, and he was British. He was one of those great so-called Egyptologists. So the point is there, man. Here's another guy, Adolf Ehrman. Doesn't sound too Egyptian to me. All right? Here's another character, Bernard Payne Grenfell. All right? Here's another character, which he's probably of Arab extract, Zahi Hawass. Okay? Carl Richard Lepsius. That don't sound too Egyptian. You know, Gaston Maspero, Augustus Marionette. All right, so that's the point. All right, so basically anything these so-called Egyptologists bring out, I'm talking about Polite or Saw Nigger or them clowns, all their information pretty much goes back to these names you will see in post-production, somewhere down the line.
Yeah, and I got a scripture here to back that up. No, because you basically what you're doing is you're trusting in the devil. Right. This is Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies, you are all physicians of no value. So all the information that they give you is just stuff that they put together, And you can't really go back and you'll see like certain artifacts that they've dug up and stuff. But really the excavations of what was known today as archaeology goes back to like the mid-1700s into the 1800s. That's when they first started excavating these things. And they're giving you dates based off of their theories and their anecdotes that they put together. You ain't going. You guys out there that call yourselves Egyptologists or Kemet, you're not going out there and you don't know the science or you're not doing actual tests to find out.
They're not archaeologists. None of them are archaeologists, man. All right, like right here. Okay, this is page 50 of the Dictionary of Biblical Archaeology. I like like Yeshai. I got this book here. You can't get this book. The New International Dictionary of Biblical Archaeology. We agree that Egypt existed, and most of that information you come out with about Egypt, for the most part, is true, because it's in the scriptures. All right. Here's some noted archaeologists, historians, whatever you want to call them. Okay, this is one. Okay, F.J. Bliss. 2, Sir Charles Wilson. Look up Sir Charles Wilson. If you go to 4, picture number 4, it's Jean Francois, I think it's pronounced, Champollion. Okay. Then you have 5, you have a Sir Charles Warren. What name did I say? Okay, there's a Sir Charles Warren, and there's a Sir Charles Wilson. I want you to look up Sir Charles Wilson and see what happens. And that's number 2. I don't see no pictures of Dr. Ben up in here. I don't see no pictures of any other black so-called archaeologists. Everything you learned from the white man. Okay, what does it say on him? You don't got to go all into it.
Yeah, again, this is from Wikipedia. Charles Rivers Wilson, 1831 to 1916, was a British civil servant and financier. Wilson was born in London on 19th February 1831. He studied at Eton College and Balliol College, Oxford. He entered the Treasury in 1856 and was private secretary to the Chancellor of Exchequer, Robert Lowe. Whilst holding this position, Wilson visited Egypt in 1876, and he was appointed a government director of the Suez Canal Company.
What year was that?
1876.
Yeah, in the 1800s, that's when they were doing their most digging, for a lack of a better word, archaeological digs.
Khan. Early in 1878, he was selected as vice president of the commission to inquire into the Egyptian financial situation. A few months later, Wilson was nominated financial minister in Egypt. I bet you that undoubtedly he had connections with the Rothschilds, even though it's not mentioned. But there's the point. He was a British civil servant. And he was more...
Yeah,
he worked...
Rothschilds
Khan. He was more of an Egyptologist than you, Polite. And so is
Polite's just a bullshit
he's
artist.
a bullshit artist.
Polite is a snake oil salesman. That's all he is. But it worked. Yeah, that's Apep the snake. Hey, the people that you're gonna have people following you, but you're gonna have them zombies, man. Them conscious and black unconscious zombie follow your ass, man. See, that shit doesn't work on people like us. All right.
Yeah, another character that should be mentioned is Aleister Crowley. There's pictures of Aleister Crowley in full Egyptian garb, man. All right? And Aleister Crowley, this guy, he lives, sleep, breathe, eat shit Egyptology philosophy. Okay? You brothers should Google, when you get a chance, Google this guy, Aleister Crowley. He was heavy into that Egyptology crap.
But not one of them guys will go back and live in Egypt, man. They'll take a visit. They'll take a week visit, and then they're ready to get back on the plane and take their black asses back to Babylon, where they're gonna get destroyed if they here, because they ain't gonna make it. Lord ain't gonna have no Kemetic people in the ships, okay? Because we're gonna be delivered out of here. America's gonna be America's going to Babylon. I'll say. I keep saying America. Babylon is going to be destroyed. The new Babylon, Babylon the Great, is going to be destroyed by a thermonuclear war that's going to take place that's going to happen between Russia and America and other countries that are going to join in with Russia, and it's all going to be, it's all going to escalate. When you actually, when Bibi Netanyahu goes down into Iran and starts to attack it, and it's gonna cause the Russian military and the head of Russia, which is Putin, and he hates Babylon, is gonna cause him to go down there, and it's gonna turn into a world war. Give me Revelation 20:7.
All right, this is the book of Revelation, the 20th chapter, and the 7th verse. See, because unlike them other BS books that you have, the Bible is a historical record. It's also filled with prophecies, and things that are happening around the world and have happened, and no other book can claim that. This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 7. It says, "And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison." Now this goes back during a time when the so-called white man, the Edomites, were in subjection to Israel for a period of 1,000 years up in Europe. And then after that 1,000-year period, which was prophecy, they came out of their condition and started to build themselves up during what you call the Renaissance period. So after they were loosed out of that prison, out of that sentence, they started going around and lying to the world and causing what you see today in the world. It says, "And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth." And that's what they've done. They've deceived all the nations on the planet. That's why you think that the so-called white man is God and Jesus and all that. It says, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. So Gog and Magog represent what you know today as Russia. So those Russians are the ones that are being stirred up. That's why the Lord keeps causing certain things to happen, to where Russia keeps getting involved. The so-called Israelis, or them gutter rats, them Edomites, they're puffing at Iran, to engage them because they want to take over that region, because they pose a threat to them, and that's going to cause Russia to come in there. It's going to cause America to get involved, So once that whole situation goes down, you better believe that World War III is full effect, and that's what's happening. The Lord is gathering Gog and Magog together, to come against that region down there in the Middle East, and America's going to be involved in that. You know, and then that's what's going to cause the Third World War. That's why it says that the armies was as the sands of the sea, which is what you call Armageddon. You know, which is a term that not many people out there understand. They're thinking Armageddon is a battle, you know, of the angels in the heavens. But Armageddon is basically the mountain of the troops, which it breaks down to from the Hebrew. And that's all them different nations being gathered together over there in the Middle East to fight this final battle to end all wars on the planet.
Yeah, I got scripture to back you up, and you can comment on it. This is the book of Joel 3:13 and 14. It says, "Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe."
Right, and that's basically what's happening right now. You have to. This thing has been planted for thousands of years, and now it's time for the harvest to be harvested.
Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision.
Right, multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision. That's all those different armies being gathered down there.
Joel.
You know, that's all them different armies being gathered together down there in the Middle East. So it says multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, which another word for the valley of decision is called Jehoshaphat.
Which Persian Gulf.
Well, yeah, which is in the Persian Gulf, and that's breaks down to the Hebrew Yahweh Shaphat, which the name Yahweh is the Most High's name, and Shaphat means judgment. So the Most High's judgment is being pronounced as these troops are gathering over there in the Middle East. And as these troops are gathering over there in the Middle East, and these prophecies are being fulfilled, you people here in America, you Israelites here in America, are still sleeping, following behind this guy APEP and that so-called black unconscious community, you know, which has not done anything for you since you've been in this country, you know?
He took a trip to Whole Foods. Hold up, with all that progress you guys claim to have, didn't you have your own fucking black consciousness market, man? You went right to the fucking white man.
That's
You
right.
jumped in the 05 Bentley, okay, which is about $70,000, $80,000. You jumped in that, and then you went to Whole Foods, which is owned by Staples. All right, they're not even Staples is not even in the food business. But you know what they did? They said, you know what? The new trend is the health thing.
Yeah.
That's why when you go to Whole Foods, everything looks all rustic and shit.
Yeah.
And you see them mostly crackers are in there, and they have that look like I'm healthy. You can see how they walking. I am healthy now.
Right.
You know,
Right.
they walk. You know, they have that certain walk. Just like you dumb, stupid ass black women go to college, you have the college walk where you got your books, you got that stupid walk.
Right.
You know, you fucking woman, man. You know.
Tomatoes are very acidic, so we either get plum tomatoes.
Yeah, you went over there. Then you picked up some black water, and that black water is a fucking hoax, man.
Right.
That's a damn scam, man.
Hey, there's videos on the Whole Foods of being like a scam. You know, I know I've seen it. You know, so
Not knocking Whole Foods because we go there too.
we go there too.
But most of the stuff we get doesn't say Whole Foods on it. It's
Yeah.
the other stuff. Because a lot of that shit, that Whole Food 360 brand, a lot of that shit is bullshit, man.
Yeah.
You know, some of that shit is good, and some of it is crap, man. You know.
Yeah, Whole Foods ain't, the point I'm making is Whole Foods ain't the end all be all of being healthy. First of all, you can go to, what do you call it, a family grocery store and get organic
Hold
stuff.
on, you know what I noticed? If you go to like places like BJ's and Sam's Club and Costco's,
Yeah.
there's sections where everything is organic, man.
Right.
Hold on, let me show you that. Hold on. Now I didn't have to go to Whole Foods or Mrs. Green's.
Right.
You can go to one of them wholesale clubs and get that same shit.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna show you.
Then you can get organic frozen fruit, like organic frozen berries, which is good for smoothies. You know, you can get organic wild berries, wild blueberries. You can get organic strawberries, which you can put in smoothies. You just get creative, man. You don't have to go to Whole Foods per se. That's the point we're making. And spend every last dollar in your pocket, because Whole Foods is very expensive. as demonstrated in the video by that knucklehead Polite. When he was at that Whole Foods shopping spree, they were tallying those groceries. When you looked at the tally, for lack of a better word, it said about 500, a little less than 500, 400 something going into 500, and that was like half of the groceries that he had when they were checking, you know. So, so Whole Foods can be pretty damn expensive, man. So you have to be creative, all right? You have to have alternatives, man.
Yeah, we could have went to Whole Foods too. Okay, this is from one of them wholesale markets. All right, this is organic, homestead farms, quick steel cut oats and chia with flax and rye flakes. All right, now you can go get some oatmeal. That oatmeal that you get at the supermarket and shit, even if it says organic, that ain't the real shit. You got to get steel cut, baby. You gotta get the steel cut. See? Now if you see right here, it says right here, what does it say? It says USDA organic.
Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, in that series, The Walking Dead, they mentioned the steel cut oats. I think the old guy said, yeah, go to the store and get some steel cut oats.
Yeah, that's something that goes back in the old school, man.
Con.
You have this right here. You have, and you're going to have guys like Minister Inky and Dr. Ali Muhammad, and then you got Polite, and then you got other experts. They disagree on certain things, but it's what you got to do the research, right?
Do your research. That's all.
You're gonna have people that's watching that video of Polite, and a producer put him up walking around with his wife beater on. Okay. With his woman looking like a goddamn streetwalker.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you can go around and take a list like you niggas. I'm gonna buy that, and you went and got everything that nigga got, okay?
And went broke doing it.
Man. Got your food stamps and went there, right? I don't know if they take food stamps and shit, but anyway, they'll argue about their different points, but you have to know what worked for you, okay? Everybody's body's different. You know, you got Esau, his body's different from Jake. And Africans' bodies are Hamitic bodies. Real Hamites' bodies are different. Have it on deck, brother. And then you can pick up the DNA and go to Google on it, and they'll show you. You copy and paste that on Google. Yeah, some brother put out a video. Mention the video. Mention the name of the site and the video. Come back. Mention the name of the video and the site that you can go to on YouTube.
All right. It's excuse me. It's from a site called Dr. Yoshua, Yoshua, Ben Ephraim. It's called Complete History of E1B1A Reveals It Is a Founding Lineage for Ancient Hebrew Israelite Nation.
And this guy, how long is that video?
3 hours.
3 hours, but the dude gets down. Do you mention his name? The name of his site? And mention his name.
Dr. Yoshua Ben Ephraim.
Right, and he'll tell you in the video that he's not no elder. You know, he's a humble cat, but he got down on that. See, I don't get into that scientific stuff. He came on his scientific tip, and that's a damn nuclear bomb for Esau and you Kemetic niggas, man. And if you trace back the different you go to Google and so forth, and let's say you bring that back down so I can read it to him. Bring that back down, Ak. Yeah, this is the E. That's the E1B1A. Right, family tree DNA, and when you do the research on it, it links you back to the Africans, not the West Africans, all right, or the Southwest Africans, but the Africans up in the north and east, or the northern eastern part of Africa. Those are real Africans. The ones down there in the western part, mainly the southern western part, places like Sierra Leone, Senegal. Oh, like Akon, I was looking up Akon. Now that dude's from Senegal, man. And when he grew up, he lived in New Jersey, he lived in New York, he lived in Manhattan, and he was going back to Senegal, man. But you can see that dude's a Jake, man. Okay? You got anything else? All right, well, anyway, coming back to this, right? You know, we have this right here, which is, like I said, you got to do your own research. You got to see what works for you. And it's as easy as going to Google and putting in something like how to cure diabetes or reverse diabetes naturally. And you get a whole host of sites. And what you do, one guy says one thing, another person says something else. Right. Like, for example, diabetes, one way of reversing that is changing your damn diet, man. All right? Going from a what do you call it, an acid-based diet, going back to an alkaline diet, all right? But you can't go too alkaline because that'll kill you too.
Yeah, you got to balance.
Everything's balanced. You got to know, you got to know your body, man. You got to know what works for you. If it worked for you, it might not work for your next door neighbor or your best friend.
That's right.
Especially if you're of a different nation, man. Right, this right here is this is a barley grass, wheatgrass, alfalfa, alkalizing and energizing raw plant-based nutrition, vegan, gluten-free, and raw. And what does it say? It says USDA organic. I mean, you can go to a health food store, there's different brands, but you got to do the research. You got to do it yourself. You can't watch a guy on a video and he gets certain things and you get the same goddamn thing. It does. You have to do the research, man. That's a problem with you people. You don't do research.
Yeah, they were saying that your diet should be 80% alkaline and 20% acidic.
Yep, that's right. And meat is acidic, man.
Yeah,
rice
meat is very acidic.
What alkalinizes your body is basically plant-based.
Plant-based foods, yeah.
All right? You have this. Now, I got this at a dollar store. If you went to Whole Foods, it's going to cost you about $6, $7, plus tax. And this is Cascadian Farm Organic since 1972. All right? It says founded in, what is that, Skagit Valley, Washington, which is a Washington State, not D.C. And it says protein granola, but apple crisp. And it says, what does it say on there? It says USDA organic. And I got this for $1. Now, if you want to be if you got the money like that polite guy, you can go to Whole Foods and buy this for $7. Okay? Y'all got to get off of that damn white sugar.
Yep.
You ain't going to see a bag of white sugar in my house.
Neither in my house.
It doesn't exist. I got away from white sugar a long time ago, man. You can get things like agave. Matter of fact, let me get that, man. Okay? This right here is organic, and I just discovered this recently. Organic coconut palm sugar, low glycemic, meaning reversing your diabetes. In other words, when you eat that white sugar, what you get is it raises up your blood glucose and your glycemic levels. It raises up real quick. That's why you got that high, you feel good, then you got the low. Well, this is low glycemic. And look, I'm not no doctor, I'm not no expert, all right? So if you say, no, you want to, I said, look, I'm learning just like everybody else, man. Okay? This worked for me. All right, it says low glycemic, perfect for baking with vitamins and minerals, right? But like I said, it says USDA organic. Coconut palm sugar, okay?
And you got dates. Dates is nature's natural sweetener.
Well, dates, you can take dates and put it in honey, raw honey, and let it sit overnight and eat them dates. If you got heart problems, that reverses your heart problems, man. you got jakes with plaque in their systems, right? In their arteries. One thing you can do is drink what is that? Pomegranate juice. It costs a lot for a big, good size quart or more, a liter. It's going to cost you about $7-8, but it's worth it. Okay. Also, cocoa, dark chocolate, 90% chocolate, which doesn't even taste like chocolate. It's bitter as hell. I don't like the taste of it, but I'll put it in a smoothie. I'm drinking a green smoothie right now.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
I'm drinking that I made myself.
Yeah. What about natural chelation?
Cilantro.
Cilantro. Yeah, cilantro,
yep.
which is excellent for chelation, which chelation is removing the plaque.
Metals. It removes metals, out of your system,
right.
Especially your brain. Also, it has a thing called lutein. If you was to make a smoothie, a green smoothie, and you put what did you just say? Cilantro in there, fresh cilantro, organic, and you can get that at Whole Foods, which it costs $1 for a bunch.
For a bunch, yeah.
You put like half of that in your smoothie. First of all, it has a pungent taste, which I love that taste. A lot of people don't like that taste, but I love that taste, and I love that smell. And what it contains lutein. If you start putting that in your smoothie, your green smoothie, your health smoothie, all right, you put half a bunch of that in your smoothie, mix it up in your green smoothie, you'll start to notice that your sight will be even sharper.
Yeah.
A dramatic change within the next day or two.
Blueberries.
Oh, blueberries.
Excellent for the eyes.
Yep. Somebody had mentioned something else about the eyes. I forgot. Some new study. Like you got this individual Gary Noe. Now what he does if you listen to him, check him out on the so-called on the YouTube. All right. He's a Gadite. He looks like an Edomite. Looks like a white boy, but he's a Gadite. He's one of our people. He's Indian, American Indian. All right. Because he said it one time that his father was American Indian. He had American Indian in his blood. And I said, I knew that, man. Okay? Mm-hmm. Anyway, what he does is he'll go into studies. Because what these different universities, these major universities do, dealing with science, they do studies on different things. And a lot of doctors are finding out that diseases can be reversed by way of changing your diet. Right. You Negroes have a atrocious diet, okay?
Well, it was Hippocrates. He said, "Let food be thy medicine,
and medicine be thy food.
Medicine be thy food."
Yep, that's
and
right.
He also said, "Death begins in the colon."
Oh yeah. Oh well, we know somebody that died of colon cancer, and that's the worst. That's the worst way you can die, man. You die suffering, man. If you constipated, man, you got a problem, man. All right. When you go to the bathroom and you take a dump, that thing is supposed to be damn near a foot or more long, man. And it's supposed to be shaped in the form of the colon, man.
Form of the colon.
All right. You know when you're healthy when you go to the bathroom, man.
You feel lighter too when you take a nice good crap.
Right. That's right.
You feel lighter.
You got a lot of crap in you. You got Flax USA, which I take raw flax and I use a coffee grinder and I grind it up, but I found this, which is already ground up, which makes life easier. But also USDA organic, all right? And this is a heart food, all right? This is organic golden flax, cold mill golden flax seed. It says all flax seed is gluten free. Gluten is a glue inside of your colon.
Yeah, colon.
So you don't want that. What gets that out is your green stuff. You know, your chlorophylls, your alfalfa, your wheatgrass, your barley grass, your spinach. Although some people like Minister Inky says you don't deal with spinach or mushrooms, and like vitamin D, as the source of vitamin D come from mushrooms, right? But you know what? You gotta do your own research, man. Now you need good fats, which is omega-3, omega-6s, and omega-9s. And this right here, you have 2,800 milligrams of omega-3 per serving. What is it? 2,800, right? 2,800. This right here is 1,044 milligrams of omega-3 per serving. This right here. So you see? But you'll run to the goddamn doctor, man. You know? The web is there for you, man. You know, you got Google. And like I said, you put something in Google, you're going to get some bullshit, but then you keep researching, man, and you follow your spirit. And you learn. That's how you learn. That's how Jake learns, man. They pick things up. They learn, they read, they talk to people, they listen to some so-called expert, and then you go and you find out what the deal is. Oh, go to Blackwater. Go to Blackwater. Just put Blackwater, and it's going to tell you that it's a big fucking hoax.
Yeah, to connect the dots.
Yeah, you're connecting the dots, man. You know?
Yep. I got a scripture while he...
Go ahead.
This is the book of Hosea 4 and 6.
Then we're going to get back into the scriptures.
Yeah, it says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Right, knowledge of what? You break down, you don't know how to start your car, man. You don't know the difference between a battery and an alternator and a starter, an EGR valve. You don't know how to jump a battery. But I'm not talking about our people. I'm talking about the tribe of Judah. The tribe of Judah, man. A car breakdown, you don't know what the hell is going on, man. You have no clue as to what's going on, man. That's just dealing with cars. When you buy jewelry, them so-called Jews run that shit, and they see your black ass coming, man. Especially you niggas in the so-called rap industry, man. Oh, man. You don't know what gold is worth, man. You don't know the difference between 14 karat gold and 24 karat gold. You know nothing about platinum, silver. You just watch commercials, somebody drinking was that Kettle One, and you want to damn drink it. You don't know the difference between Kettle One and goddamn what's the cheapest one they got? Was that Gorky liquor, Gorky vodka and shit? That's about $8 and shit. If I was to take a bottle of Grey Goose, poured it out and put some goddamn Gorky up in that bitch, you wouldn't know the difference. Especially you goddamn woman. Because you faking it, man. Oh, yeah, I can taste it. You don't have a trained palate. You niggas go to the Chinese restaurant, and what do you get? Pork fried rice. Shrimp fried rice, Fantel shrimp, and chicken wings, man. Niggas don't know shit, man. That's why you read the scripture that you read, man.
God.
You destroyed on every level, man. Nigga wake up with a big fat, the big toe is all in pain and it's swollen, and you run to the damn hospital. I can tell you what the hell it is. It's goddamn gout, man.
Gout, yeah.
Gout ain't nothing but high uric acid, which crystallizes in your joints, man. And it pokes you. That's why you feel pain. And you calling for Jesus. Sweet Jesus, save me. You run into the goddamn emergency room. Right, tart cherry juice, which you got to go to the health food store to get it. And what that does is it get rid of that. It breaks it down, and basically it alkalizes the body. You got to go from the acid base to alkaline base. And then you won't get sick so goddamn much, man.
And a lot of these jakes eat a lot of meat. That's a big problem.
If you're going to eat meat, eat chicken.
Yeah.
Try not to eat fried chicken. Eat turkey. Stay away from that beef. Eat very little beef.
Eat very little beef, yeah.
You know? But if you can, learn how to take days off from eating meats and whatnot, you know? I mean, we all got our weaknesses and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I know I do.
Yeah,
but I mostly eat like turkey or chicken.
Turkey or chicken, yeah.
Yep, or fish.
Or fish,
Good fish, you know? And then you got to learn how to eat berries. You got blueberries, blackberries, boysenberries,
Raspberries.
elderberries,
That's antioxidant.
strawberries. That's all That's all alkaline.
Con.
You know, that's good. That's good for your body. Pistachios. I love cashews. Cashews, you can eat cashews.
Yeah.
You know. Pistachios. Brazil nuts. That's a high source of
Selenium.
Selenium. Okay, but you don't know that. You don't know that. You waiting for some guru to show it to you where you can find it yourself.
Yeah, like the video Polite did. He was, expounding on the different foods. You can find that information yourself, man.
Well, I give the nigga credit.
Yeah,
he was getting it in.
Yeah, but if you just apply
but the
yourself,
thing is, they get all amazed. Oh wow!
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
If you just
nigga, all you got to do is Google it, motherfucker.
Google,
man.
you got
Ask
Google,
questions, man. Go to goddamn Whole Foods and talk to the people in the store.
Yeah.
What can I do for that? How does this help me? Take the goddamn box and read this shit. Go to the back of it and see what it. Hey, take a certain food. How can red bananas benefit me?
Right.
How can wheatgrass benefit me?
Yeah, health benefits.
The health benefits of this. The health benefits of that.
They got a website called Live Strong. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, I go there all the time. When you go there, it leads you to that.
Yeah,
it leads you to that.
Live Strong. Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is the book of This is the book of Ecclesiasticus 37:29. Be not unsatiable in any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats, for excess of meats bringeth sickness, and surfeiting will turn into choler. By surfeiting have many perished, but he that taketh heed prolongeth his life.
So you have the dietary sciences, I'll call it. That's a name I come up with. But anyway, you got that on the Blackwater, right? Because at the end of his shopping spree, Polite had pulled out some Blackwater, right? Now this is the deal with the Blackwater.
Flash, what's new now? That's from that site. It says Blackwater. Don't believe the hype. It says, in case you haven't heard, there's something dark in the water. Just like the LBD, little black dress, is a must-have item in your closet. Some claim Blackwater, or rather Blackwater, should be a staple in your fridge. With celeb chuggers and appearance in the Emmy Awards gift bag and representation by the Manzo brothers of Real Housewives of New Jersey fame, this latest take on H2O is primed to take the water market by storm.
Yeah, that's some more new trendy bullshit, man. Okay?
It says Blackwater's dark color comes from the addition of fulvic acid, produced by the biodegradation of dead organic matter. Yummy, right? The product reportedly provides a bevy of trace minerals and electrolytes while also helping to balance the human body's pH levels. A bonus, the word around the water cooler is that it makes a great hangover cure because of its ability to quickly transport nutrients to cells. But we're not going to sugarcoat it. Not only is this stuff very dark, think stale coffee or flat Pepsi, experts argue that it's more of a gimmick than a godsend. The packaging and minimalist design are very hip, and black color certainly draws attention, but is it really better than plain old water?
Just like them goddamn Giuseppe's, man. Them $900 Giuseppe's, man. They ain't gonna make your ass fly. They ain't gonna make you run faster. When the missiles come, brother, you can wear 5 pair of Giuseppe's, man. The missiles are still gonna get your black ass.
It says, according to Christine Gerbstadt, MD, registered dietitian and author of Doctor's Detox Diet, Not a Chance, here's why. Number 1, the company boasts that Blackwater contains both fulvic and humic acid found in soil, sediments, and aquatic environments, but neither fulvic acid or humic acid are required in humans. The addition of these two acids to water in no way enhances the nutritional benefits of water. Number 3, a plant-based diet will provide the same nutrients that Blackwater claims to have, along with added soluble and insoluble fiber. Plus, plant foods will fill you up and help you shed pounds. Number 4, there is no quick fix or perfect food, and nothing shuttles nutrients into your body cells better than real food. On the plus side, black water won't harm you, and it looks kind of cool, but will stick with filtered tap. And that's that. This is Ecclesiastes 38:1. Honor a physician with the honor due unto him, for the uses which he may have of him. For the Lord hath created him, for of the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the king. The skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be in admiration. The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. You know, so you do have certain herbs that you could take, you know, to help your situation. You know, instead of going to the doctor and taking all these different medications, which make your body even more acidic than it already is. You know, you can take certain herbs, which takes a little longer, or maybe take a lot longer, but it's going in through your system the natural way.
And certain foods are herbs.
Yep.
Like if you have bad eyesight, a lot of blueberries, a lot of avocados, a diet rich in avocado, blueberries will help your bad eyesight. I got a scripture. This is the book of Psalm 103:4. It says, 103:3. Who forgiveth all thine iniquities, who healeth all thy diseases. It's the power. Well, let me start at the second verse. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits. Who forgiveth all thine iniquities, who healeth all thy diseases. Because our diseases come from our iniquities. Because we broke the laws. See, what happens is when you break a law, there's a natural penalty when you break a law. All right, so this is why the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua told us not to eat pork. Because when you eat pork, a host of diseases come with eating pork. And then when you break down that word disease, means the body is not at ease. Dis-ease. Something's wrong, you know? So you have to find out what's wrong, and you have to help, you know, to rectify it. And like Elder Tal brought out to you, changing your diet is the beginning of the first step to reverse your disease. You don't have to, if it's bad, you go and get surgery and you get it cut off. Meanwhile, what's that?
Radical surgery.
Yeah, radical surgery. Meanwhile, you're stuck with that astronomical hospital bill. You can reverse that disease by simply changing your diet. Yeah, you know, hey, well, it's all common sense, and it's based upon research, which you can find on the internet. There's something called Google. There's something called Bing. There's something called Yahoo. Like earlier we told you, brothers, you know, the health benefits of such and such. Look that up. What are the health benefits of avocado? What nutrients is contained in avocado that will help the body fight disease?
I got a scripture, Ezekiel 47:12. And by the river upon the bank thereof, on this side and on that side, shall grow all trees for meat. All right? And he's talking about meat on his day. He's talking about shish kebabs on a stick. Okay? He's talking about the leaves on the trees.
Good.
Whose leaf shall not fade, neither shall the fruit thereof be consumed. It shall bring forth new fruit according to his month. Hey, lunatic, man. Hey, you have things grow based upon the moon, the monthly, all right?
Oh.
Which says that's why certain fruits are in season and certain fruits are out of season, all right? Because their waters, they issued out of the sanctuary, and the fruit thereof shall be for meat. There it is again. And the leaf thereof for medicine. Okay? Spinach and kale and stuff like that, that's a medicine, man.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I got Genesis 3 because Elder Apostle Gabar mentioned that that when you break the laws of the Most High, there's like a penalty, and that penalty really is becoming sick. You know, that's why when the Lord, I'm gonna read the curse that the Lord put upon Adam. It says Genesis 3:17, and unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and has eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, Thou shalt not eat of it, cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow thou shalt eat of it all the days of thy life. Thorns and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. And why did Adam have to eat the herb of the field? Because from that point on, Adam's body started breaking down. You know, that's where you had to till the ground didn't yield the proper nutrients. You know, your body started breaking down, and you had to take those herbs to replenish or supplement the food that you ate.
Yeah, we were supermen and superwomen. And it tells you that in Psalms, 82 and 6. You know, we were gods, and we shall die like men. When you watch the last Superman is still, that basically that was giving you the story of Israel, man. You know, and when he left out of the Krypton's atmosphere, he was in this Earth atmosphere. When General Zod brought him into that ship, the atmosphere was that of Krypton, man, and he fainted, man. And General Zod said, you're not used to this atmosphere, man. You know, so he had to build that back up in his system, you know. So it's the same thing with this, man. When the Most High cursed us, okay, he cut a lot of things off from us, man. We became men. Instead of being gods, we became men. They show you that in the movie Hancock, man. When he got with the white woman, he got weak as hell, man. The more he ran away from the white woman, you know, he got his power back, man. You know, he got his strength back, man. That was his kryptonite. The white woman was the black man's kryptonite, man.
All right, back in Ezekiel 38 and 5. Was not the water made sweet with wood, that the virtue thereof might be known? Because earlier, Elder Apostle Tara showed you the coconut palm sugar, which comes from the coconut palm tree. You know, there's certain trees that have like a certain sweetness to them that when they fall in the water, they make the water naturally sweet. You know, that's why King David longed for that water in Jerusalem, and his men had to fight to get him that water. You know, so and there's certain herbs. You know, like you have this one particular, they call them chew sticks. You know, I forget the what they're actually called, but they have a certain sweetness to them. That when you bite it, you know, you can brush your teeth with it. You know, they have different flavors of it, and pretty much it has like sugar in it. You know, glucose. And this guy Alexander the Creep, you know, whenever his men would get ready to go to fight, he would give them those chew sticks to chew on so that they can have more energy when they fought. You know, that's just a little tidbit. It says, and he hath given men skill that he might be honored in his marvelous works. With such doth he heal men and taketh away their pains. Because when your body is diseased, it's in pain. Because there's the body's not working properly, you know. So you have to put something into it, you know, to help balance it out, so it could take away that disease. It says, of such doth the apothecary make a confection, and of his work there is no end. And from him is peace over all the earth. My son, in thy sickness be not negligent, but pray unto the Lord, and he will make thee whole. Leave off from sin, and order thine hands aright, and cleanse thy heart from all wickedness. Give a sweet savor and a memorial of fine flour, and make a fat offering as not being. Then give place to the physician, for the Lord hath created him. Let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him. There is a time when in their hands there is good success, for they shall also pray unto the Lord, that he would prosper that which they give for ease and remedy to prolong life. He that sinneth before his maker, let him fall into the hand of the physician. My son, let tears fall down over the dead. And that's pretty much it on that. You know, so just letting you know, with a change of your diet, you can heal a lot of problems in your body, you know.
Yeah, I got one in James. This is the book of James 5 and 13. It says, is any among you afflicted? Let him pray. And that's a healing agent too. Prayer. You know, Elder Tar said that many years ago. I remember he said a lot of you brothers don't pray enough. You know, and that's true, man. A lot of brothers don't. You don't pray, man. You don't believe in the power.
I pray all the time, man. Like
Yeah,
Paul said,
same
pray
here.
without ceasing.
Same here,
I pray.
brother.
I even pray for polite. I pray for polite. I pray for the black consciousness community. I pray for Israel as a whole. You know,
Yeah, man.
but there's different types of prayers.
Yeah. You know,
There's good prayers and there's bad prayers.
because you don't believe in the power of prayer, man.
A lot of these guys don't believe. They're going through the motions, man.
You just don't believe, you know. Is any among you afflicted, let him pray. Is any merry, let him sing psalms. Is any sick among you, let him call for the elders of the church, and let them pray over him. Now, King Marshall used to do that years ago at the old school. You know, brothers that were sick at the Sabbath class, King Marshall would pray over them and anoint them.
Yeah, well, I did a thing last night on number 6 and 24, right?
Yeah.
Huh? Okay, well,
Yeah.
if you, hey, now in the Passover, go to that, brother. I want you to read it in English, but you got to read that 27 verse, because that prayer ain't gonna work. That blessing is not gonna work unless you do one thing. Okay,
Yeah, I think I know what it is too.
this is going out to Nate.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, read from 24 to 27.
Number 6 and 24. The Lord bless thee and keep thee. The Lord make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Okay. Khan. Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. And they shall put my name upon the children of Israel, and I will bless them.
Hey, so Nate, none of your people are blessed, man. The Most High gonna drop the boom on you, nigga. Hey, you better start using the name of the Most High. And GOCC, man, y'all better start using the name of the Most High, man. Because I even heard Nasi say the word Yahweh Shai, man.
Oh man.
Okay?
Look at that.
So that's a beautiful thing, man. You know?
Yeah.
And you know, we root for you, brothers, even though we not down with y'all and shit. We root for y'all, man. We might not let you know that we rooting for y'all, but we root for a lot of you brothers when you do good things, man. Hey, with Zion, Lex, and Nasi did going after Polite, that was a good thing, man. Because that nigga is APEP, man. Okay?
That's the spirit.
He is a snake. Okay? Now I'm going to read this here, right? This is Exodus 15:23, right? And it says, and then we're going to go back into Revelation because people go back to Revelation. But we into this right now, okay? You got it. Hey, that's why this is called an open forum, all right? It says, and none of this is planned, man. When I brought out these particular items and I was showing it off, I didn't plan that, man. I didn't know I was going to go into that, man. Impromptu, you know? It says Exodus 15:23, and when they came to Marah, all right. By the way, the word Marah, that's where you get the word America from. All right, the word America actually goes back to the Hebrew, and it was named after an Italian navigator who was a contemporary with Columbus, because a lot of these Latin words, they go back to Hebrew. They root back to Hebrew, the Hebrew language, right? Or the etymology goes back to Hebrew. So it says, and when they came to Marah, they could not drink of the waters of Marah, for they were bitter. And I'm going to click and I'm going to go into some of these key words right here, right? So you can get deeper into the meaning or the etymon or the etymology of this word, or the etios of this word. Therefore, the name of it was called Marah. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me go on that. There's a reason why that's called an omen nomen. The word Marah in the Hebrew is, in the English, you read it as Mara. In the Hebrew, you also read it as Mara. All right? And that's H4785. And, okay, the word Mara means bitter. Let me just go to the okay, let me go to the root. Okay, the root is the word is maraha. The root or the etymon or the etios of the word is marah, which is masculine. Okay, marah is a proper feminine noun. Now I'm going to mara, which is masculine. And it says mara, this is the root. It says bitterness of water or food, of harlot's end of wickedness, cry of pain, bitter. Now the word bitter in the ancient, when you go in the ancient word into the Hebrew, the word means contaminated. Okay, because I'm gonna check something out. Bear with me for 1 minute. I'm gonna go to Revelation. That's why you got to get into these words, man. You'll understand the scriptures even deeper when you get into these the etios of these words, the etymon of these words. Okay, let me see. Let me go down. I'm in Revelation 8. I'll give you the verse in a minute. Okay, 11 verse. Sounded great burning. Okay, 11 verse. It says Revelation 8 and 11. And the name of the star is called wormwood. And the third part of the waters became wormwood. And many men died of the waters because they were made bitter. I'm going to look up the word wormwood. I'm going to look up the word bitter. Wormwood. By the way, it translates into the word Chernobyl. Remember the Chernobyl disaster? The word Chernobyl goes back to the word wormwood. Obscenethia. Think of the word obscene. Okay, all it says is wormwood. Okay, which is it means bitter. I'm gonna look up that word in the I'm gonna go to Google on that word. Okay, but after the okay, it says wormwood, and many men died of the waters because they were bitter. So wormwood makes things bitter. Okay, now I'm going to G4087, and the word there is because something that's bitter in your mouth, you spit it out, you don't die from it. So it's not talking about some water that you drink it and it doesn't taste right, and you spit it out. It's talking about contaminated. Because the star fell from the heaven. And that's going into the missiles, man. The destruction is going to make the waters round about Babylon, Pacific, and the Atlantic bitter, contaminated, undrinkable. Poison, okay? So the word here for bitter is pikrino, and I heard that word before. That's from the word bitter. It said to make bitter, to produce a bitter stomach. And by the way, if you have some type of contaminant in your, let's say you're swimming and you swallow water, and you get sick in the stomach, one thing you can do is get a clove oil. And take some clove oil, which is very strong, extremely strong, and you put it into a glass of maybe 8 ounces of filtered water or good spring water, and swallow that down. You can take 2 drops or more, and that will reverse that contamination in your stomach, in your gut. It says to embitter, exasperate, render angry, indignant, to embittered, irritate, to visit with bitterness, to grieve, deal bitterly with, which the word means contaminate, because it said men died when they drunk of this water. Okay, so now let's go back to Mara, which means bitter, which means to be contaminated. It said they couldn't drink of that water because the water was contaminated. This was in the land of Canaan. I'm going to read it again from Exodus 15:23. And when they came to Mara, they could not drink of the waters of Mara, for they were bitter, contaminated. Therefore, the name of it was called Mara, which means contaminated. The word America, the word means bitter. Go to etymology online and put in the word America, and let's see what it breaks down to. 24th verse. It says, and the people murmured against Moses, saying, what shall we drink? 25th verse. And he cried unto Yahweh, and Yahweh showed him a tree. Check this out. The Most High showed him a tree, which when he had cast into the waters were made sweet. There he made for them a statute and an ordinance, and there he proved them. Should I read more? I'm going to read the 26th verse. It says, and said, if thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord Yahweh, thy judge, and will do that which is right in his sight, and will give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians, for I am Yahweh that healeth thee. Okay, so how did he heal the people of Israel at the waters of Mara? He told them to get a particular tree. Now in the military, they know about that. They'll go to certain places in the Middle East and they'll take a certain tree bark. If you look it up, it'll pop up, and they'll put it in that water, and it makes that contaminated water. It turns it into fresh water. So Esau studies the scriptures. You got that, Ak?
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about being bitter. They don't even mention it.
See that you know,
That's
America. The word Amara means bitter, contaminated. Because Babylon is bitter to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't even mention it at all.
But anyway, let's go back to Revelation where we left off. Who was? Okay, go ahead.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 20, verse 7 again. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea.
Gog and Magog, that region is where Russia is today. You know, in Middle Europe. If you look at a map, you know it's below Russia. It's where Turkey is today, but it's referring to the Russians because they expanded. Those Edomites expanded. Now you have certain Israelites that claim that the Edomites are not so-called white people, that they're Gog, Magog, and Japhet. And that's not true. The people of Gog and Magog, or the sons of Japhet, those who, by a process of elimination, they would have to be the people of the South Pacific, the Polynesian Islands, the Aborigines of Australia, those people. Because the word Japhet goes back to the Hebrew word Yapa, which means beautiful. And the women are beautiful. You know, they have the men and the women, they have certain complexion. They have smooth skin. Those are the people of Japhet. All right. Which, when you go into the history of the what's the name of that? The Etruscans. Okay, those were the original people that inhabited that area of Macedon, of Greece, what you call Greece today, Rome, because the original rulers of Rome and Greece were the people, the seed of Japhet. And what happened was the so-called white man, Esau, went into them lands. That's why Gog and Magog is known as the Russians today, because Esau pushed the original people, the dark people, the sons of Japhet, out of that land. Now you might say, well, nah, that can't happen. Well, guess what? If you go to so-called Egypt today, who's living in Egypt? Who controls Egypt? The so-called Arabs, the sons of Ishmael, and the different Arab groups. Now, where are the original Egyptians? If you go south down to Sudan, that's where a lot of them are. And if you Google the word Sudanese, you see that they're tall and black, dark skin and tall, and they look like the actual Egyptians. If you go to a museum like the Met, and you look at the different wall paintings, for lack of a better term, they're all known for being tall, skinny, and very black. So, you can't say, well, no, those are not. Look, Esau pushed people out of their lands, man. Macedon, where Philip, the father of Alexander the Greek, came out of, those are dark people, man. And what they did was they conquered the dark nations.
If I may say this too, yeah, and it wasn't until the Greeks came into power that they started going around changing the names of all the different lands. That's who actually went around and did that. I was trying to see if I could find it real quick. If I find it, I'll bring it up. But basically, they're the ones that all these different names you see today, they're all like derived from Greek names, because they're the ones the Greeks are the ones that changed all those names back then.
I got scripture back you up.
Before you go into that, in the word Ashkenazi, they'll say the Ashkenazis, that means the Germans. No, Ashkenaz, Ash means fire. And Kanaj, I believe, I got to look it up, it means scattered fire. It has nothing to do with the Germans. It was the so-called German Jews that took that name and called themselves Ashkenazis. That was an ancient name that goes back to the people of the sons of Japhet.
Yeah, I got a scripture for you, Elder Apostle Aramlab. Isaiah 25:7, it says, "And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations." So that veil, like you mentioned, is those different names that goes back to the Greeks. That's right. Like, example, China and Japan and America, France, Germany. All these names really go back of Greek origin. Even the peoples, going back to when the Greeks took over, they pretty much they changed the landscape, and that's why in the scripture is written, "Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth all things." That's an example of how this devil covered things up, by putting different labels on people. Like you so-called Negroes, they call you black. When slavery, you called Negro. Then during the 70s, you were called black. During the 80s, Afro-American. These are all labels, man. These are like the scripture I'm reading here. Yeah, byword, where it says you would become a byword. These are the veils that has been spread over you. But the Lord said this. I'll read it again. Isaiah 25:7. "And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast." And this prophecy is being fulfilled now through us, because the Lord has given truth, this knowledge, to help destroy the face of the covering cast by bringing out the truth. of who these people really are.
That's right.
You know, will destroy in this mountain, meaning in this government, the face of the covering cast over all people. So everybody's going to go back to their respective nationalities,
Con.
their true biblical nationality. That includes the so-called white man.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Being called white.
Yep.
When he's not white, he's red. You know?
Yep. Hey, thanks to them Greeks. Now,
Yeah.
this is from Flavius Josephus, Antiquity of the Jews, Book 1, Chapter 5. It says, after this, they were dispersed abroad on account of their languages, going back to the Tower of Babel, and went out by colonies everywhere. And each colony took possession of that land which they light upon, and unto which the Most High led them, so that the whole continent was filled with them, both the inland and the maritime countries. There were some also who passed over the sea in ships and inhabited the islands. And some of those nations do still retain the denominations which were given them by their first founders. But some have lost them also, and some have only admitted certain changes in them, that they might be more intelligible to the inhabitants. And they were the Greeks who became the authors of such mutations. For when in after ages they grew potent, they claimed to themselves the glory of antiquity, giving names to the nations that sounded well in Greek, that they might be better understood among themselves, and setting agreeable forms of government over them, as if they were a people derived from themselves. And that's why today you think that the so-called white man is Japhet, or you think that they're Israelites or from these different regions of lands, because they took those names upon themselves. They changed the names of the original names of the inhabitants, and they took it upon themselves. You know, like Elder Apostle Tahar was speaking about the Etruscans. Now, when you do research on the Minoans, which were also of the seed of Japhet, which inhabited the land of Crete and the island of Crete and other places, the Minoans were dark-skinned people. You know, they looked like the so-called Hawaiians. You know, and you still see there was excavations done, and you still see pictures of them being a brown skin and that wavy curly long hair, like the so-called Polynesians. You know, and some paintings that you see of them, you see some pictures are dark, you know, like brown skin. Others are white looking. And the reason why that was, it wasn't that they were white people among them. It was that the white pictures separated the sexes. The men were always painted as dark, and the women were painted as white to separate the one from the other, because they looked alike. That's why they painted the women white, so they could say, okay, when you see this picture, this is not a white woman, it's a woman. You know, it separated the two. You know, the Minoans, which were Japhites.
You got something, Mark?
Yeah, the book of Psalms 49:11. It says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. And that's another example coming out of the Bible. You know, they got that saying, civilization started with the Greeks. No, destruction of civilization started with the Greeks.
That's right. That's right. Now, it says here now, going in, we're shifting gears. We're going into Revelation 16 and 12 on down. And because about an hour, maybe an hour ago, 40 minutes ago, we the apostle had mentioned Armageddon. And I'm going to read about that in the scriptures. All right. This is Revelation 16 and 12. It says, and the sixth angel poured out, which were in the time of this, between the sixth and the seventh angel, or also known as the sixth and the seventh trumpet. It says, and the sixth angel poured out his veil upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east, the Middle Eastern people, their leaders, might be prepared. 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. All right. The dragon goes back to the Roman Empire, which the Roman system is back here today. and it's also known as the beast. See, everything was reincarnated. And it says out of the mouth of the false prophet. The false prophet represents the leaders of the so-called Roman Catholic Church, the Pope and the Black Pope, and the other, I'll say for lack of a better term, baby Roman Catholic churches, like the Jehovah Witness, the Lutheran Church, the Baptist, the Methodist, I mentioned the Jehovah Witness, the Seventh-day Adventists, the Protestants, the Anglicans. They all stem from the mother church. Because when you go back during the time of the Caesars, the Roman Caesars, when the Edomites were ruling, they had a religion. And that the Roman Catholic Church is based upon that old pagan religion. Because the Vatican City was a power spot in the earth. That's why they put that obelisk there, with inside of that circle. The 7 hills of Rome, and you have Jupiter sitting up in the Vatican, Capitolinus, where DC, you got Capitoline, Capitol Hill, which go back to Capitoline or Capitolinus, and you got in that building in the Vatican, you have a statue of a guy supposed to be Peter, looking like a black man, but that's actually Jupiter. That's the Roman equivalent of Zeus, which is the Greek god, mythical god, which people believe exists. Motherfuckers still pray to Zeus and kiss his toes and all that. They don't tell you that, man. It says, let me read that again, 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. That's the Roman Catholic Church and all its baby. Then you have all its baby churches. Because they all have the same Cesare Borgia.
Even Islam.
Islam is nothing but a product of the Roman Catholic Church.
That's all it is.
The way of the Kemetic way.
Yep.
That come from the so-called white man. That was another way to keep you niggas asleep. All right. Okay, 14. It says Revelation 16:14. For they are the spirits of devils, working miracles which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, because it's a world system. Because what they're getting ready to introduce is that the mark of the beast, which is the microchip system, and they're gonna call for everybody on the planet to receive a chip. Now in Revelation 13, it says right hand, but if you go to Revelation 20:4, it says hand. It doesn't say right hand or left hand. Okay? So if you get on the left hand, man, the Most High still gonna get you.
That's right.
It says, I'm gonna read 14 again. For they are the spirits of devils, working miracles which go forth unto the kings of the earth, all around of the whole planet, and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of the Most High Almighty. 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments. It ain't talking about wearing regular clothes. The garments is talking about this information that we have, that we're giving you.
That's right.
That we're clothing you with. We're giving you clothes, man.
Yeah.
We're giving you the best clothes we're giving you the best clothes.
Royal attire.
We're giving you these garments, man.
Yeah, royal.
But a lot of you niggas don't want to put them on. But guess what? You don't have to put them on, man.
No, them niggas can't fit.
A lot of them niggas can't fit it. A lot of them put it on and take them back off.
Yeah.
Okay, because they don't fit right.
It don't fit.
They're
right.
uncomfortable in them clothes. All right? It says, 15 again, behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. Hey, guess why you got guys like Baloo? He pissed off, man. That's why you got guys that fall off like Dinobot. He's still talking shit.
Yeah.
Because we see that everybody's seeing your shame. And when you yap and talk, you making a bigger fool of yourself, man, than you already are.
Yeah.
Hey, these guys, Shaka and Polite and Sard Nigga, Don King, and these black conscious people, they're butt ass naked, man.
Yeah, they're all
They're
naked.
butt ass naked, and we trying to put clothes on them, man,
Yep.
and they don't want the clothes, man. At the debate, them Israelites, they were trying to put clothes on you, man, and you were casting them clothes off, man. Oh, Polite, when he came down the first time, he said, "You almost had me." He was about ready to put that shirt on, man.
Yeah.
Then he thought about it and took it off. You know?
Yeah, because he rather hang with dead pharaohs in
That's
tombs.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. It says, I'm going to read that again. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. And we're seeing your shame.
Yep.
We're seeing your shame, man. 16, Revelation 16 and 16. And we're talking about this time. You know, the war of Armageddon is right around the corner. 16 verse. And he gathered them together. This is the Most High. He gathered them, all these armies, together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. Now, when you look up the word Armageddon, the word there in the Greek is Harmageddon. And it's from the word it's from two Hebrew words, hor, magadwan. All right. Let me click on the word hor, which is H2022. It means hill, mountain, hill, country, mount, which they're correct on that. Now let me go to H4023. Magadwan. Oh, that's the word Gad in Magadwan is troop, like the tribe of Gad. Now it says Megiddo or Megiddon equals place of crowds. The crowds are these armies. All right. Then it says ancient city of Canaan, assigned to Manasseh and located on the southern rim of the plain of Esdreleon, 6 miles from Mount Carmel and 11 miles from Nazareth. All right. But the actual word means when you put the word together, these two words together, Ham Magadwan, and go back. Har is a mountain, and Magadwan is troops. All right, mountain of the troops. That's why I asked the apostle to go back to that Revelation 20 and 7.
This is back in the book of Revelation, chapter 20, and verse 7. It says, bear with me 1 second. It says, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. Because you had those the innumerable amount of armies gathered together over there in the Middle East. And that's what happened from the time that going back to the Renaissance period, that the so-called white man got let out of that sentence. You know, they've been going around deceiving the people and basically gathering everybody for this third world war. because they're the ones that's creating the wars, because the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is allowing them to create those wars. You know, but eventually this last war, they're not going to be able to get out of it. That's going to be their final war to end all wars. And that's what's going on over there in the Middle East. You know, that's why you have so much turmoil going on out there.
That's why Netanyahu is and by the way, Benjamin, okay, his name is Benjamin. That's a name that he wasn't born with that name. I think his real name was Harvey Schwartz or some shit like that. He European German type name, but he took that name to sound more Israeli. All right, Benjamin Netanyahu means son of the right, and Netanyahu means give us Yahweh, Nathan Yahweh, Banyamyan Nathan Yahweh. That's how you say it. All right, he says Netanyahu. All right. And they're not supposed to say the name of the Lord, right? So they saying it, them dummies, because they don't realize, they don't check words out.
They should have called him Benjamin Netan Hashem.
Right, Benjamin Netan Hashem. Joel 3:9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, the nations. Prepare war, because there's going to be many nations coming together for this war, this coming war that the black conscious movement don't know nothing about. They don't know anything about the mark of the beast. They don't know nothing about prophecy. In all their debates and all their lectures, they mention absolutely zero about prophecies, man. Did not Amun Ra come down and give you prophecies, man? Ain't that in one of your texts, your cannibal text or your pyramid text? You know? It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, nations, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. The mighty men are the men of war. Let all the men of war, their military, which means their weapons, and their trained soldiers and their trained experts in war, let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. This is happening right now with this cry for this situation with Netanyahu, Bibi Netanyahu in Iran, because he wants to strike Iran. But that's going to cause you, the least of them, Jeremiah 49, the least of them, the so-called Jew, Israel, the small country, the least of them shall draw them out. All right? Because, well, it says right here, it said, let all the men of war draw near. Jeremiah 49, the least of them shall draw them out. Let them come up. And this Joel 3 goes hand in hand with Revelation 20:7 and Revelation 16. It says, beat your plowshares. A plowshare is a instrument of farming. So the money that they use for agriculture, they're going to put it into the military, which is a sword. Into sword. The swords represent your mind and your instruments of war, your missiles and so forth. And your pruning hooks, another instrument of farming, into spears. Spears represent missiles. All right? Let the weak say, I am strong. These weak nations, if they possess the ICBM missile, then they're strong. It says, 11, assemble yourself and come, all ye heathen, and gather. Heathen, another word for, you have Gentiles we read earlier. Now we have heathen. Heathen literally means country dweller. Someone that dwells outside the city. It means of the nations. And gather yourself together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord, Yahweh, which are the angels, because the angels are going to cause this thing to happen. And when you go to try to set a treaty, the angels are going to put a thought in your ear to think bad about the enemy. It says, let the heathen nations be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. That's Yahweh's judgment. The word is Yahweh Shaphat, Yahweh's judgment. For there will I sit to judge. The eye is him and judge. That's why Yahweh Shaphat, Yahweh's judgment. For there I will sit to judge all the nations round about. He ain't just going to get Esau. He going to get you Moabites, you Ammonites, you Elamites, you Ishmaelites, you Hamites. 13, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Yeah, it's normal. They pass laws to protect fucking gays, man. It says 14, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of Yahweh is near in the valley of decision, which is in the Middle East. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Yahweh also shall roar out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. And the Lord, so I'm trying to read it dramatically, man. but Yahweh will, but Yahweh will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. So at the end, this is a prophecy for all you niggas in church that say the Lord's coming for everybody. Joel, the 3rd chapter, is a future prophecy. It didn't take place yet, man. So what does it say in the end of the 16th verse? It says, but Yahweh will be the hope of his people. Who is his people, you might ask? And the strength of the children of Israel. That's his people. I'm going to stop right there, man. I can go on, but I'm going to stop. Okay? Hold on. No. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to jump down. I'm going to jump down. Joel 3:19. It says, Egypt shall be desolation. A desolation. We got to read. That's going to be read on regular in the street, man. And I'm sorry, Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because the children of Judah represent Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, because at that time, the rest of the tribes wasn't there. It didn't say Israel. It said Judah, right? Talking about the kingdom of Judah. Because they have shed innocent blood in their land. 20, but Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation. Eventually all the tribes are going to come back together. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed, for Yahweh dwelleth in Zion. The word Zion means monument. All right? So that's going to have to be, hey, brother, we getting back into them prophecies, man. All right?
Oh, notice it says, Egypt shall be a desolation. Now, after the Red Sea, Egypt indeed became a desolation. So much so that neither Polite, who claims to be an Egyptian, or Sarnigga, who claims to be an Egyptian, they didn't know what a real Egyptian looked like when we asked them.
And they still don't. We told them.
Yeah, because
we told them.
Yeah.
You know, here Hebrews told them what Egyptians look like. Then they had a video of him and his woman, his wife, standing over the Nile River or the Nile Valley. They should have jumped in that bad boy, man, and got baptized. You know. But anyway, any closing thoughts? Because we can really close. Yeah. Go ahead, say what you got to say.
Yeah, like this prophecy said, Egypt shall be a desolation. So it has become a desolation. Now next it says Edom shall be desolate. That's the so-called white man. So he's going the same way the ancient Egyptians.
Egypt represent Babylon.
Right.
You know, so it's twofold.
Yeah,
okay.
so they're going the same way that the Egyptians went.
Yeah, which is down.
Which is down. And then you notice as Elder Tar read on, it said the Lord is going to revitalize Judah and Jerusalem again.
That's what he ended with. After he said all that, that he said, he's going to save the children of Israel.
Yeah.
So this scripture right here going to be, this is going to be read in the streets, man.
In the street, yeah.
You know?
And that's you brothers, man. You brothers that are coming back, beginning with your apostles, your elders on down. You fulfilling that prophecy. We're coming back to who we really are. You know,
Israel's taking over, man.
Yeah.
You know, you Egyptians are not coming. Your so-called representatives of Kemet, you're not going nowhere, man. You know, we know that the elite set you niggas up, but you know you're losing, man. You can have all the debates you want. And you can say that you won all you want. We're winning because we're all over the goddamn place, man. Okay? So with that, I'm going to say shalom.